We have a couple of cool things to show off. One is multiplayer, which has been out for a little while, but it's there's been a multiplayer release since our last update, so we'll play through that version that's actually released now on Steam, and then we have some cool stuff that's up and coming that I think everyone is really going to like. It's very very visually appealing and very magical. So we'll get to that after we do a little bit of playing on Steam.
Yeah.
So I think, Adrian, do you have a server running already?
I don't. I also got a new background, which is very important. I feel like that should be mentioned. It's a great new background.
It is great. I like that, actually.
I don't know if Jason was ready for this to be the...
This is a Jason original.
But I am now.
I don't think I've seen this one.
I am...
Well...
You maybe not. I think you have.
Well, it's awesome.
There's a oddly a ton of content.
Are we doing Boulder Ball?
Are we on? We're on Twitch. Is Twitch working? There it is live now.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure.
This
on my computer, I was just double checking.
Yes. Steven, I also realized that we have, since the last time we've set up the meditations to also be multiplayer.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay, so let's play a round of Boulder Ball. By the way, we're probably going to change that name, so I hope no one's too attached to it. We just haven't been able to agree on another one. I preferred the name Rock League, but Adrian and Jason outvoted me, vetoed that idea.
Oh, I think it's a great idea. I think it's just... We should get permission for it.
Fair enough.
A lot of people. We know a lot of indie developers who come under legal scrutiny for things like that. Less egregious breaches than that.
All right, fair enough. So it will probably not be Boulder Ball, and it will almost certainly not be Rock League. But I don't know. Actually, if there are ideas, put them in the forums. We should entertain all creative ideas out there.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Some non-creative ideas like Boulder Ball. Whoever came out with that is a goofball.
So is Hexagons running yet?
Hexagons.
Hexagons.
I think it should be hexagons with an ES at the end.
Do you have
hexagon? I do. I'm sorry. You wanted Jason to be on the opposite team of me, so Jason should connect before you do.
I am trying to connect right now.
Well, Jason.
And I am
there you are. And we are on separate teams, so you can join us, Stephen.
Excellent.
You can be on my team, Stephen. Great.
I'm just going to sabotage you.
All right. That's fair.
So, yes, actually, since last time we played, the arena has gotten quite a bit more polished, I think.
Yes, absolutely. We had we had just like gray box goals and stuff last time, I believe.
Yeah, so I assume Jason will always make changes to it, but at this point, there's nothing gray boxed, and it's just, at least to my eyes, nothing's unfinished. What do you think, Jason?
Oh, there's already changes.
It's very unfinished. When we load up the
other stuff.
When we load up the editor, you'll see there's actually an enormous amount of changes. Like, you could see that there's just materials get changed. The ground has been repainted. I'm very excited to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, this is why Jason's the artist.
I also want to make it clear that when Steven says that Jason will always work on it, he means that literally. Every project that I've worked on with Jason, he has rebuilt the start screen at least 50 times. I think this one's stuck around for a while.
So this is Boulder Ball
for a little while though.
This is Boulder Ball. This is a classic game of good versus evil, or yellow versus blue in this case. I'm yellow, but I'm actually just going to be a bystander here. So we have Jason the Moonladder is blue and Alomo is yellow. Now, Adrian / Alomo, do you see yourself as yellow?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, excellent. Okay.
Do you see me as a different color?
No, I see you as yellow. I just know that was a bug at one point. So
no, that's been fixed, yeah. I hope that's been fixed.
It would appear so. So yellow is winning, I have to say. I'm sorry, Jason. I hate to break it to you, but I think you're going to need to step up your game here.
Yeah. No, you're not doing very well, Jason.
Yeah, I really want to, but I don't have a great internet connection, and
Don't lie, you're really
I'm
just
having a
rebuilding the
hard
start
time.
screen again.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
You have
right.
to focus up, Jason. I'm just sitting here, just waiting for it to come back.
It's not gonna happen.
Well,
Trust me.
Well, wait, I can help you out by killing Adrian.
I think he just disconnected.
Yeah, you might have to. I just got disconnected.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, that's cool. Steven is trying to shoot me.
Very good job.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Steven needs to play against you.
Yeah, I mean that's why Steven is the commentator, though. Let's just be clear here.
You know, so when I was growing up, I was not allowed to play video games, and so I'm not good at them to this day. Also, Adrian, I hate to report it to you, but there's a bug because I'm at -3 life, and I can't shoot any spells.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
Indeed, it may be.
So yes,
but,
multiplayer is still rather buggy. We have some more. We have some more fixes already that we haven't pushed out yet, but we felt it was stable enough to like be able to run around and do stuff in. But it is definitely still at a pretty funky state. Like there's still quite a bit to finish up. Oh, Jason's back with a vengeance.
No, that's me. I left and returned.
And now there's the moon ladder.
Oh, well, then that's not me.
Oh, it's me.
Oh, it's Jason, and he's ready.
All right.
Jason just called up.
The hoop tosser.
Just called up his
isn't
cable
working.
company.
Jason, you're at a 5-point deficit, but I think you can come back. I believe in you.
Yeah, maybe
I
if I
wish
help him out.
that were true,
I'm gonna help you out, Jason.
but I can't.
Just help you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was rude. So
Hi. I didn't know
deserve
friendly fire was on.
No, I deserve that. No, that's cool. So I mean, yeah. So saying that you don't know if there's friendly fire is an interesting thing. We've talked about the potential for like not having friendly fire and stuff like that, but it becomes a little bit complicated. For instance, if you're throwing a large rock at someone, it's hard to tell if multiple people are grabbing onto that rock. It's hard to tell whose intention it was to kill you. So there's quite a bit there that we will probably not be worrying about. Certain things we can make it so that if an explosion or something comes from a teammate, it does less damage and stuff like that. But generally, there will just be friendly fire, and you'll just have to be clever about not hurting your own teammates.
Well, you know what they say, spells don't kill people.
You guys see what I'm
bad
doing?
Spells do. You're hopping like a
You
crazy.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're doing
I'm
great.
bouncing off the ball.
Yeah, so the ball, this is a bug that I've seen a few times actually. The ball sometimes goes nuts and is not synchronized.
Yeah.
And to you seems like it's bouncing even though it's calmly over here. So you look like a crazy man, which is very interesting.
I'm actually seeing something that is not either of those things. I see the ball floating calmly
Very calmly.
into the air, as if it is slowly
This is like a
ascending
philosophical discussion.
Yeah.
And
This is a philosophical discussion.
If the ball
I
falls.
see neither of those things. To me, the ball floats to heaven.
It's what I'm seeing, and I see the moon ladder right here. I don't know if it makes sense for me to say what right here because I don't know if you even see me the way I see myself.
That is a deep philosophical
This is all just
question.
really deep. Like this is really heavy.
So anyway, it's very clear that there's still a lot of bugs in multiplayer, but
Yeah.
we are working on it and iterating on it.
Right, so there's a kind of a two-pronged approach here. There are bugs and kind of just things we need to polish up, and we also, we have played several bug-free games, and just felt like we wanted to kill each other more, or at least have more options for like throwing cool stuff around, things that make us feel more like wizards. For one thing, I love the ball. I love the ball mechanic. I love like playing soccer. We just want you to be able to play soccer and kill each other at the same time. Shall we actually switch over to the some of the cool related stuff?
Let's do it. I think that's pretty much the main things. I don't know if you wanted to see any of the other meditations are there. You can play them with other people. It's not super exciting, but it's pretty cool. You can play like Tower Destroyer together and try to destroy the tower with your buddies.
Yeah, I remember last time we tried we got it in 36 spells, which was a little embarrassing.
We were not doing very well. I think we were all just getting super philosophical while we were doing it.
Adrian was totally wasted. No, I'm just kidding.
I think I was the only one actually trying, and you guys were like shooting each other.
That's true. I was using color changer.
Being philosophical about what a tower actually was.
Well, it's an important philosophical question.
Yeah.
All right.
That's funky.
Ooh. Here's the newer arena.
Oh yeah.
So it's already different. It's a little darker. And yeah, Jason, do you want to talk about it anymore? You got any other philosophical to talk about?
There's the only thing that I haven't implemented fully yet that I really want to implement is some sort of shield to keep the ball from flying out, which is probably driving people crazy if you're playing it. But I added physical rocks, so you have stuff to use. There's rocks scattered around. I don't think we're gonna add any foliage or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, I've just kind of given it a polish pass in terms of terrain painting and messing with the assets to get all the materials like the same. There was a weird thing where like some of the materials looked like they were glowing in the shadows and stuff. But yeah, you should show off these new things.
Should we start with the water one?
Let's do it. Yeah. So this is, by the way, like before, I just gotta preface it. Before starting this, we watched a lot of like Airbender clips and stuff. We're trying to like go for that kind of like bending idea, which is just really cool in videos. So without further ado, why don't you bend some water?
Super exciting. So I'm just gonna shoot this thing, and yeah, it's very hard to tell what just happened because we haven't explained any of it. But let's do it this way. Let's make it do this, and
all right, so what are you doing here? I don't understand how code works, so you're gonna have to explain it to me.
When the orb gets created, we're gonna set the velocity to 0 so it doesn't move, and then we're gonna create a water glob.
All right, water globs, I like it.
So water globs are a new thing. Globs in general are a new thing that we've added, and I'll explain that once we show off what it does. When we activate the spell, the orb will start moving again. So I'm going to cast the water glob, and you'll see this little thing that starts forming, and it creates a little glob of water.
So this is a way for an orb.
Magical water.
Oh yeah, I love it. So this is an orb that has kind of gathered a glob of water around it.
Yeah. And it's kind of bouncy. It's kind of fun. So I can now activate, and it'll launch it, and once it hits something hard enough, it'll explode.
Wait, are you are jumping on top of a glob of water? I love that. Or actually, I was watching Twitch, so that was probably a few seconds behind what was actually happening. But that is amazing. So you can actually, so these things are physical, have physical properties.
Yes.
I think I'm watching them in real time now. So you've made 3 of them, no, 4 of them, and they're each attached to a separate orb.
Yes.
And so basically, you conjured a floating ball of water that you can do stuff with.
Yep. And they will pop and add a lot of water to the world when they pop. So you can do all sorts of crazy things. You can also add multiple water globs. You can have up to 8 water globs per orb. Let's make 3. And we can do is all three will get kind of created around each other and they'll kind of all just fight for being in the middle there, which is kind of cool. And if we shoot them, they'll all add a ton of water to the world when they hit.
Oh, that is super sweet.
But it'd be really cool if we could set them in a cool formation. So you can say set water globs formation. Hopefully I'm getting it right. Steven, we need an autocomplete. Let's say 0. Let's put them all in a vertical column. So what we're doing is we're going to create 3 globs, and we're going to set a formation. What this formation does is it sets an offset that it tries to go to relative to the orb. So this one will be 10 above it, and this one will be 20 above the orb. So if the orb is facing forward, we'll try to do, so it'll create it, and then it'll create the other globs on top of each other, just like that. If it's all relative to the orb, so if I were to shoot it upward, it would be up relative to the orb, which based on, since the orb is facing, I can't really point at the screen here, but since the orb is facing that direction, up relative to the orb is that way. So if go, they'll all go in the direction of the orb.
Wait, so that kind of looks like a staircase. Can you actually jump on those things?
Yeah, totally. We can actually do a little bit more than that. And we could say that instead of activating this, let's make it turn. So it's like orb dot turn up by 10 degrees.
There they go.
So let's go ahead and make a little column. These might be too far apart for us to do too much with it, but if we rotate, we can make them all rotate since the orb is turning. They're trying to go through the ground so they can't reach it. They're trying to get where they should be, but they can't. And if we keep rotating, they'll eventually get back to where they should have been.
Oh, that is so cool. So they try to stay in their formation, but they will respect the laws of physics. And so you get this really realistic, organic kind of field. I love that.
Yes.
That is really cool. So do you slide off of them, or can you actually get on top of one and stay there?
It's going to be a little hard. I mean, if you're super slick, you might be able to.
I guess if you can you put more of them closer together?
I got one of them.
Almost.
Yeah, we can definitely add more of them closer together. These won't get destroyed for a while because right now they don't have a water cost. But yeah, let's go ahead and add more. So
this is great.
If the formation,
you may have to wait for the character controller to be revamped before you can jump on waterfalls effectively.
So this is something interesting here. If we watch here, I didn't add any new pieces to the formation. So what they'll try to do is it'll wrap around. So this one will try to go to this one. This one will try to go to this one. This one will try to go to this one, and then it'll wrap back around so that this one will try to go to this one. So there's 2 trying to go to each of the points, which
that looks inappropriate.
Does look a little funny. It's okay.
Cool.
There we go. Now we have a cool staircase.
Oh, this is awesome.
That works. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, that worked pretty well.
Yeah, that's great.
if these get hit hard enough, so we should be able to like pull the.
That is super cool.
If we push the big ball into them, they should actually pop. If we can get it before they disappear. Oh my gosh. I'm just... No, they popped.
There's a lot of water in the world. What happened?
I know. Some jerk has been adding weird water globs.
This is my favorite thing to do when I'm playing Boulder Ball. Is I just add
to flood the world.
Yeah.
Now let's see if I can get this to not look funny first of all, and then
the water. From the bottom of
this
the earth.
big ball into it. What is going on with this push? What's wrong with you? Ah, okay, yes. There's a change to push that I need to fix. It's a bug where it's not working properly in the editor.
You could use Rock Tosser.
And there, see, it popped when it hit them all. Rock Tosser
Oh,
was
yeah,
a really
yeah.
good one.
Oh
But,
yeah, you popped.
so yeah, we could create more orbs once those popped or whatever.
I love it.
But those are water globs.
Water globs. Now, and I think you were saying you have other globs.
Yeah, so every element has a glob. I actually haven't seen the particle for some of these yet because Jason was editing them just now. Here's a pretty cool one. It's a cool fire spiral where it actually sets them up and then like makes them loop around each other.
What?
So it creates them and then they kind of spin around a point and kind of
Oh
just
man.
keep going off into the distance.
I love that. That is super cool.
This is very similar to what it was. All it's doing is it's using multiple formations to rotate around the orb and it's transitioning between the multiple formations. This isn't that interesting. This is very well written. I'll show another spell that's a little bit more interesting in a second, but we could make it transition faster between the rotations, which might be kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
Just
So
watch
can
it.
you can switch formations? You can kind of animate the sequence of formations that it's in?
Yeah. So you can always set a new formation. So this one's a good example of it. Well, this one actually isn't working, I don't think. So this is air ones, and these all have like a push region. So it
Oh, I love
kind of
it.
creates this crazy tornado. If we shoot it, it'll go crazy. And it's actually pretty fun to shoot it at rocks. So they kind of nuts. Whoa.
Yeah, I love it.
So it's not spinning. There's a bug in the spell. I haven't figured it out yet, but
Oh, that's what you're
it's
asking
pretty
my help.
cool. Yeah, I need Steven's help to write code.
Fix my tornado, please.
Yeah,
I mean, did you call the rotate method?
the rotate. No.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's your problem. That's your problem.
So we also have earth globs. These are just like little rocks that get generated, and then they get shot out. So
Oh
it's a little bit easier to like make it so that you can shoot things. These are going pretty slow. Yeah. Obnoxiously
Yeah.
slow. Let's see if we can shoot that thing. Whoa! So it hit it when it wasn't ready yet, so it just kind of went through it. Just kind of boring. But we could.
Yes, this is awesome. This is very, very cool.
Don't
Now,
do
can you
it.
combine them? Can you have like a spell with, let's say,
Yeah.
globs of different types and they're in the same
Yeah.
formation?
Yeah, globs. So there's no reason that we cannot do that. Let's make one with one of each. Yeah. Just hook up a tab between these.
Now, do globs pop each other? Or
They can, yes.
how come the water? Because the water globs were touching each other earlier and they didn't seem to pop. Is it just a momentum kind of thing?
No, yeah, they don't pop each other. I'm sorry.
Got
They
it.
are set up to not pop each other. They can trigger another one to pop in certain circumstances.
What if
So
they
these
joined
all-
up and made a giant glob?
A glob, like this.
Yeah. I know.
Whoa! Alright, I'm gonna make it not fly away from us. That'll make it a little bit more interesting.
So what are you doing here?
I made one of each of them.
Ah, got it.
There they all are. The air one. I wonder where the rock one is. The rock one just kind of ran away like a jerk. The fire ones are much more volatile, so they're much more prone to breaking, which would be nice if the air one wasn't pushing me away. I could actually show this off.
Wait, so how large is the air one's push radius?
It's in a cone in front of it. It's a little bit hard to
Oh,
see right
that's
now. But it has
sweet.
like this
Actually,
cone in
that's
front of
really
it
cool.
that kind of pushes away. Yeah, there's some funny stuff with the player where it doesn't
It's
trigger
cool though.
properly with the player.
But you can make if you jump, you get cast. So you can make like a bounce pad and jump off of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, love
And
it. That's awesome.
I was doing that before. Like I made one and I jumped on it and like launched me through the air.
See, I love the way these can double as offensive and defensive. Maybe not the fire, but you know, like water's cool because you can shoot it at people, but also you can jump on it and make a cool tower, a staircase of water. You get a bounce pad out of your air spells.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we could do some crazy stuff with the air ones. Let's just do a little like Halo launcher thing. Jump pad. So the air ones also have a rotation. Since they have a directionality, you can also set the rotations on them. I can show how to do that, but we're not going to worry about that. We'll just let it default to going towards the orb and pointing up. And let's just say on activate. Really should make the default spell do that. But if we place one of these, we'll see it. It's getting ready. Once it's prepped, the little thing shows up. Thing makes several of these. You can see them getting prepared, and once they're ready, they create a little push
They pop.
particle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's do an intermediate one up here. Clearly, it's not pushing us all the way up. This one will push us up to that one. Come on now. We got this.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Gonna work. Oh, it's close. It's close. I'm gonna need a little bit. Oh wow! I just Skyrim'd my way up to this. Oh wow! I don't know where that one's gonna be. I'm just gonna make a crazy roller coaster of pushing the player. And,
I would love to see a roller coaster made of air.
Air pushings. Let's grab one of these and push it into it.
You could build some really cool contraptions with rocks being pushed around through air.
Let's do this. Bye.
Yeah, oh man. Yeah, that's great.
Let's do it this way. So that we can activate them all at the same time.
Alright,
Sorry.
so
I'm just playing the game now. That's just what this is developing.
So Jason, while Adrian's writing cool spells, question for you: at this time,
Yeah.
if you were playing Wizard Soccer, what element would you pick? What's the best one at this time?
Earth.
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 Where's that?
Oh, you mean these guys? These new Orbeez? These new globs?
Yeah.
Oh, air for sure. I would set up a giant wall of these guys in front of the goal.
So if you were playing for money right now, you'd pick air.
Woo! I would pick air right now. Yeah.
Did you just see my crazy shot?
Oh yeah, it was great.
It landed up here.
I have a funny feeling you would pick water.
Yeah, but only because I would know I was gonna lose anyway, and I do have fun filling stuff up with water.
So, that was really cool. Yeah, when you launched that. Yeah. You could. I mean, like my air defenses could be undermined if you kept shooting water at me, which maybe you've noticed that's why there are hills in this level, so that you can get up above water.
Always thinking ahead. No, you're nerfing my strategy.
Somebody's got to be able to like stand on an island, and there's just 4 little islands sticking up out of the arena.
Okay, this is gonna be epic. This is the last we saw.
Yeah,
of
this
Adrian.
one looks pretty impressive.
This rock is just not moving. I don't know why. This rock is just really upset. Alright, fine, silly
You
rock.
were
I don't even care
overwhelmed
about
it.
I don't even care about you, rock. This rock is just broken. I don't know what is going on with it. It's just completely static. There it goes. That was weird. I really want to make this happen. I'm just gonna make this happen. You guys can keep talking. while I do this because
I
this
believe
is
in
very
you.
important to me.
I believe you will make it happen. Yeah, I think that I do think so. Water is my favorite. Everyone knows this, I think, by now. But I feel like water is at a disadvantage. It's hard to move the ball with water, and it's not very aggressive at killing other people. Do y'all agree or disagree?
But it's good at getting people. I think getting killed is preferable to getting swished away in a current of water where you can't do anything.
That's
yeah,
true. That's
you're
true.
also highly underestimating the annoyance factor.
Yeah.
These rocks did the same thing. It just stopped moving. It's crazy. These rocks are just
Or
like
they're
really upset. They're just like, I don't
They
want to
can't-
fly.
They can't handle all this pushing.
Yeah, they just don't want to be pushed. Now there's something funny going on with them. I don't know why. They just don't want to move. Like if I'm not standing on it, it seemed like it was working. So I don't know if there was a change to. If I just do this,
Yeah, actually.
I think it worked.
That's what
Yeah.
Mulvigar
Somebody
suggested
said,
in the chat.
yeah.
That there might have been a change recently that did that, but that's not how it used to work at least. No, it's just messed up. I don't know why they're doing it. There might just be something wrong with the state of the level because of the multiplayer or something.
Yeah.
Something funny's going on.
But Adrian, same question. Which element at this time would you pick? What do you think is? Which one is OP? Which one would you pick if you're playing for money?
For money,
Yep.
I would combine all the elements and cheat your question.
Nope. But you are
Yeah.
only allowed
I
to
mean,
use one.
No,
If you're talking about just the globules, then air is the only one that is actively pushing objects. So it seems like if you can only use globule spells,
to score,
then that is the answer. But
yeah,
if you were talking about which type of magic would I use, like what powers would I use, I would probably say Earth.
and
But
I
if it's
said,
just
welcome
globs, if
to
it's
Earth.
just globs, then I'd say,
I got you.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Though I mean, the fireballs are pretty powerful, so you could set up cool traps for people.
Yeah.
But it isn't going to get the ball in the goal.
That's true. Ultimately, you got to get the ball in the goal. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Although I would love to see someone. What I really want to see is people come up with cool like builds, like a vision, like a strategic vision. I want someone to just like execute on a strategic vision. Like I want someone to say, I am a trap-based player. I'm going to play this game by setting traps. That's the main thing I'm going to do. And like see if they can pit that against somebody else who's like, I am just going to push the ball in the goal. That's what I'm about. You know?
Yeah. Yep. I know exactly. You know, trap-based play would be really effective in this because you could, you could sort of see it as like goalie.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
You know, like I'm putting up these things like you shoot the ball, and it's flying towards my goal, but I trigger this crazy system that like bats it back real fast towards your end. So it's like you could kind of like lull people into a sense of security and then spring your trap and like have a crazy system of like, you know, spells set up that would catch the ball and throw it back.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, let's open up to questions in the chat. And now we don't have that many people online, so maybe not too many people asking questions. Also, my chat seems to like sometimes freeze. Like I think no one's talking, and then I refresh and realize people have been saying some stuff. So I don't know, Jason, if you have a more consistent view of the chat, let me know if you see questions.
I will. I don't right now, and I understand because there's not too many people in there.
Yeah, I have it open right now as well. I think the only question was whether or not we just confirmed Half-Life 3.
Yeah, I did implicitly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, the CodeSpells is actually Half-Life 3 in disguise.
Yeah. That's probably not good to say that.
No, you're
Has
right.
server-client communication been improved? There's a question.
Question.
No. We have fixed some bugs, but there's not anything huge to report there. We will be working on that. We felt like the battling was a little frustrating, which is why we started adding these globs. But we will be going back to that starting early next week. We'll be starting to really focus down the multiplayer to get it cleaned up.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
One quick question, because I just forgot. So do the globs disappear when the orb runs out of mana?
Yes. Whenever the glob gets destroyed, or whenever the orb gets destroyed, the globs destroy themselves as well.
Right. So how effective do you think it would be to build a contraption or a wall out of earth? Would it not last long enough to be useful?
To build a wall out of earth, that would work. Let's see when we could do it. Let's do it.
If you had to be one of the globs, I want to be. I don't know, man. I think I want to be the water glob because it's the coolest looking one. I think.
I do like the way it looks. It looks like something I want to put in my mouth.
It's like floating candy. Yeah.
It does look like floating candy. It looks real cool. I have a question. Any plans for other globs? Got one per element right now. What do you think?
Maybe. I think some other Earth ones would be really cool, like other shapes for Earth ones. We haven't explored that too much. We kind of just want to see what we can get out of these, see how far we can go. Yeah, I don't know. That's a very, very unsatisfying answer. I'm sorry. We haven't talked about any other specific ones, but we'll definitely.
We can make a life glob.
Ew. That sounds gross.
Yeah. No, that sounds amazing.
Is it just some croaker
blood
guts?
glob? It's a blood glob. No, that would be awful.
It would be pretty cool if it got on you and started infecting you or something.
Yeah.
Poison glob.
Poison glob. Love it. Yeah, but I think there's
you must choose.
There's probably some cool other globs with other physical properties that y'all can come up with. But I agree, we got to get these out. And
yeah, I mean, maybe the air glob, is really useful because it pushes physical objects. But maybe there could be a glob that I don't know, reduces gravity or something, like an earth glob that has more of an effect on gravity. I don't know. There's a lot of things. It's really a game balance thing too, because the globs, like the earth glob, it creates a rock that is temporary, but it's still a physical object, and
Yep.
and like you're creating water out of nothing. But we don't want the player to have all of these powers sort of handed to them. Also, you also want people to have to come up with clever coding solutions to make these things work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Let's try something else.
But it is tempting because like it's such a neat little package to like put a power into.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, there's a rock wall. Oh cool.
How's this gonna go?
Oh, that red cloud means that your glob failed.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
What does it mean for a glob to fail?
everything.
That's deep, man.
No,
Oh, it
asking a
means that
serious
like
question.
you tried to activate it, or it like, let's say the water glob needs a certain amount of time before the actual water glob forms. So if the orb that is carrying the water glob while it's forming hits an object, it will fail, and you'll get a little red poof that just shows that it didn't make the glob.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and what's the gameplay reason for that? Is it balance or?
Yeah, it is balanced, because if you could just spawn the glob immediately, you could just spam fireballs everywhere.
Yeah, so one of the frustrations right now in the game is we had this like explode spell where you just kind of shoot and explode. You arbitrarily don't know that it's necessarily an explode spell. Oh, that new fire particle looks great, Jason.
Thanks.
What? Okay, there's a bug where I can't.
You exploded.
That's driving me crazy.
Story of my life.
So you can cast that orb, but it seems a little bit too powerful to just be able to cause this super damaging explosion without any prep time. So that's why we started thinking about the idea of a fire glob. So then the fire glob itself has to actually prep itself before exploding. So
Oh man, you're flying around on that thing.
So if I try to shoot this that's close and it hasn't prepped, then it won't work right.
I could tell Jason must be watching the Twitch stream.
Yeah, he's definitely watching.
Well, I couldn't quite see it on your screen, and then I just switched over to the Twitch stream so I could see it. I know I'm behind.
No, I know the moment you're talking about though. It was really cool.
Yeah. So it forces you to be a little bit more clever about your spells, and it focuses less on like just destroying other people and aiming at them, and having to be a little bit more directed with what you do.
Yeah.
So here's this spell will try to create the orb, and then once the glob hits, it will explode. If it hasn't prepped it enough, then it'll show the mess up particle. So the spiral is a little bit smarter about that, and the spiral will actually stay next to you while it's prepping it, and then it'll launch it. So it should never do the failure particle.
Right.
Yeah.
So it forces you to be a little bit more clever and try to think a little bit more about how you're gonna cast your spells. So, yeah.
Cool. I love it.
Cool.
Let us wrap up. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for watching us play multiplayer, and I'm glad everyone's excited about the globs. I'm very excited to see what people make with them. I think there's a ton of I think they're just a huge creative canvas for a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you for viewing us live, and thanks in advance to everyone who's viewing this on YouTube later. Appreciate it.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.